This is CBC Here and Now.
We're downtown at the Terry Fox Memorial, where Mike Russell is about to finish the last kilometer of his 900-kilometer marathon across the province in support of Janeway. We'll talk to him in a little bit. We'll also have your weather, but first let's head back to the studio with Carolyn and Anthony.
That and road washout on the Trans-Labrador Highway.
So much rain in so little time, it took a big chunk out of Route 510.
Good evening and welcome to Here and Now. I'm Anthony Germain.
And I'm Carolyn Stokes, and we'll bring you Jacob Barker's report from that washout just ahead.
But we're going to start this evening in St. John's, where a single mother recently received the shock of her life. After multiple trips to the emergency room, x-rays and rounds of antibiotics, she learned that the only way to stop an infection was to amputate half of her leg.
And she says that trauma could have been avoided. Here and Now, Stephen Miller has that story for CBC Investigates. But first, a word of warning, some of the images are graphic.
When Samantha Rideout broke her foot last September, she never imagined it would cost her a limb. Now she's learning to live with one leg, a new reality she blames on Eastern Health.
I'm really hoping they just admit that they messed up, and like, I lost a big part of me. It's not like I went in and I just lost a toe or a finger. It's a whole leg, and it took a big part of my life away.
It all began when Rideout fell down the stairs and went to the hospital with pain in her knee, but it was the pain in her right foot that had her worried. Rideout was born with spina bifida, a spinal birth defect that leaves her with little feeling in her feet. She says when she explained her concerns to the doctor, she wasn't taken seriously.
Like, I kept mentioning my foot, and he was like, yeah, we'll get to that. And I was like, no, like, it hurts. It shouldn't. And so they sent me for x-rays. All the x-rayed was my knee.
She was told she had torn cartilage in her knee and to rest it, but when she got home, her foot swelled up and was covered in bruises. She went back to the health sciences, but an x-ray of her foot didn't show any broken bones. Rideout says she was told the images would be sent to a specialist, but no follow-up call came.
Suffered in pain for 2 months. It was always paining, and then in the end of October, I ended up getting a callus on my foot. So it's nothing strange for me to get cuts or blisters on my feet and not feel it, and then them get infected. It has happened in the past. But so I knew what to do, like go to the hospital right away.
Blood work diagnosed the infection, and a new x-ray revealed multiple breaks in the foot. IV antibiotics did nothing, and symptoms got worse. Once again, another trip to the ER.
The doctor came back and told me everything looked perfect. Now, if you looked at my foot, anyone would know it was still infected. It was still red. It was still hot to the touch. But he said that the infection was gone.
Within days, she was back again, worse than ever, and given the same antibiotics as before. Rideout was then referred to an orthopedic surgeon. The infection had spread to her bone.
He did try everything in his power to fix my foot. The day he told me I had to have my foot amputated, he was very upset.
In March, 6 months after the fall, Rideout had her right leg amputated from the knee down. 2 weeks later, she returned home to her kids.
They've been pretty good, surprisingly. My middle child just likes to ask when I'm getting my robot leg, she calls, so I can walk again.
Eastern Health says it can't comment on specific cases due to privacy legislation, but in a statement, a spokesperson says providing safe, quality care is the health authority's first priority, and that when a person visits an Eastern Health facility, staff are trained to assess the patient's health issue and to provide expert advice on the best options for meeting those needs. Eastern Health says it takes every complaint seriously and will make every effort to resolve an individual's concerns. Meanwhile, Rideout says she's complained to the health authority months ago and hasn't gotten a response. Now she's considering legal action. Rideout says she has some advice for anyone who feels their health concerns are not being taken seriously.
I would tell them to fight for their medical rights, and if you think that something's not wrong, say it, and if they don't listen to you, find someone who will.
Stephen Miller, CBC News, St. John's.
And there's been a small development in this story. CBC Investigates first released details of Samantha Rideout's situation this morning, and late this afternoon, Eastern Health reached out to her. The health authority says it recognizes the significance of her case, but because of the many different programs involved, it's taking some time for it to be thoroughly examined.
To Labrador now, gushing rainwater needs to recede along the Trans-Labrador Highway before the road there can be reconnected. Transportation and works crews are still on the scene of a washout on the Trans-Labrador Highway in southern Labrador. Now, the road is about 18 kilometres south of the Churchill River. That road is gone. Here now's Jacob Barker reports.
Well, for anyone wanting to get from central Labrador into southern Labrador, this is as far as they get. Since early this morning, this road has been closed. Nobody has been getting through.
We're stuck here for good.
These two rode all the way up from Toronto, only to be stopped in their tracks here. Now they're turning around and heading back home.
Newfoundland, Labrador, Nova Scotia, PEI, all that is gone. With the road.
One section like that can change everything.
Water levels were too high to start any sort of work this morning, but it did get underway this afternoon. Crews believe something got caught in the large culvert under the road, causing the water to back up and break through.
Initially, we were pleased that the pipe arch remained in place. This morning, we were pleased, but further assessment this afternoon when water levels receded have indicated that about half the span of the pipe arch is damaged.
The plan right now is to make a diversion.
We'll be looking at installing additional culverts adjacent to the waterway, redirecting water through those culverts so that we can do a further assessment of the arch culvert and complete repairs.
And in a dramatic part of this story, these pictures show a truck that was trying to get across at the time that the road was giving way. It didn't make it.
But there was a vehicle that was attempting to pass as the location gave way. They managed to escape, but their vehicle went into the break.
Okay.
Seemingly they're okay. I really, it's third hand, but people from the scene are going back to the Crooks Lake Depot where we do have wireless connection and have been sending me sort of some updates of what they witnessed. It was quite a challenge.
Well, as for when the road is reopening, right now they say that's an unknown, but one thing that is known, it won't be reopening today. They say they will be doing further work and assessments tomorrow on the road, and they'll have another update after they do that. Jacob Barker, CBC News on Highway 510.
Jacob was talking about all of that heavy rain. If we take a look at some of the numbers, the heaviest rain actually was Cartwright. Nearly 100 millimeters of rain fell. Makovic 54, Happy Valley Goose Bay about 49 millimeters. Now we did see quite a bit of rain for the west coast as well. 89 millimeters it topped out at for Stephenville, Wreckhouse area 64.7. Now, we are seeing some showers right now. All of that should clear out as we head through the night tonight for some areas. I'll have your full forecast details coming up.
Paradigm Hyperloop is looking to make a triumphant return. They grabbed international attention 2 years ago, rocketing this pod down a California test trip. Now they have a new one. We'll meet the team who built it. That's ahead on Here and Now.
The National Office of the Electrical Workers Union is trying to decide whether to give control back to the local executive. It took over operations of the local IBEW 2 weeks ago, but as Here and Now's Peter Cowan reports, local members still trust the people that they elected to run the union.
Terry O'Neill hasn't worked as an electrician in 3 years. He's had to take work driving a courier truck or as a groundskeeper. It's frustrating for him to see other union workers getting steady work while he and others have nothing.
They want to go to work. They want to go out and make a dollar and support their families and stuff. It shouldn't be for an elite crowd of hand-picked people.
Today he was just one of many members who voiced complaints to the national union. A month ago, the union stepped in and took over the running of this local, outlining 7 complaints around issues like taxi bills for the president, excessive vacation pay, and concerns over how the bank accounts were run. And then members came forward with their own concerns. For example, a pot of government money that was handed over to create programs to get more women into the trades. But this member hasn't seen any evidence that actually happened.
So it's very difficult for us to get sometimes our first, second, or even third job. So I feel that if we had that program set up within the IBEW 2330, that would have made a big difference in actual employment for me and for other women.
For a year, the leadership of this union has been in the spotlight. There were protests, and then an almost entirely new executive elected. Some of these members would like to see the executive given a chance to change things.
Well, we knew we weren't doing it right. We knew that for 40 years, but it's never been taken care of. So now, hopefully, after this trusteeship, things go smooth and all our members get fair work.
But first, the new local executive will have to convince the national union it's following the rules. Peter Cowan, CBC News, Holyrood.
Paradigm Hyperloop is staging a comeback. 2 years ago, the joint team from Memorial University in Boston won second place and international acclaim at the SpaceX Pod competition. Well, after a year-long setback, they're ready to race in California again. Here and now's Katie Breen with that story.
This is what the future of travel could look like, and an 80-person team from MUN and Boston's Northeastern University are helping shape it. Students from around the world will be in California next month racing Hyperloop pod prototypes. The competition is meant to build on the technology to try and advance this new mode of transportation. The goal is speed. Theoretically, with Hyperloop, going from St. John's to Corner Brook would take about half an hour.
We're competing with schools like MIT, like the top teams in Europe, like top teams in the world. And we're really proud to show that Newfoundlanders or Atlantic Canada or Boston, we can compete at that level.
2 years ago, Paradigm dominated. They used an unproven technology and came second. Then the next year, the team's proposal didn't qualify.
I think that made everyone a bit more committed to wanting to do even better and proving ourselves.
So now they're back with a totally redesigned pod. Instead of levitating their vehicle, they're using a battery-powered electric motor. The new pod is lighter and roughly half the size as the last one. And they're thinking it could crack 450 kilometers an hour on a mile-long track. That's more than 4 times faster than last time. But of course, the competition is working hard too.
Every time another team posts something, everyone's always, zooming in on the pictures, trying to figure out, oh, how are they doing that? Or, oh, is that going to work? I wonder, like, oh, that's crazy. Did you see so-and-so's propulsion system? So it's very exciting to do so.
With some teams, members take time off school to exclusively work on their pod. But at MUN, Paradigm only feels like a full-time job. It's actually all extracurricular.
We're in school 9 to 5 during the day. We have homework that we have to do. We have to study, but we still carve out 4, maybe even 6 hours a day to work on this project.
They're a dedicated bunch, and tomorrow they're going to be unveiling their new design. Soon enough, they'll ship it down to California to see if all that hard work pays off. The competition is in less than a month. Katie Breen, CBC News, St. John's.
Impressive.
450 kilometers an hour. That'll get you to Costco in a hurry.
Just like that.
Wow. Anyway, good luck, guys.
Yeah.
We'll keep our eyes on that story and have more, no doubt, on Here and Now. Well, to somebody else who has a great sense of speed, a teenager from St. John's is living every young hockey player's dream of making it to the NHL. Alex Newhook is now a member of the Colorado Avalanche, and he was drafted 16th overall in Friday night's 2019 NHL entry draft.
Colorado selects from Victoria, the BC Hockey League, Alex Newhook.
And Newhook joins an ever-growing list of Newfoundlanders and Labradorians to be drafted into the National Hockey League, but he is the first from this province to be taken in the very first round since Daniel Cleary back in the mid-90s. Now get this, Newhook moved away to boarding school when he was just a pup, just 14, and that was so he could play hockey at a more competitive level. Last week was a really big one for him because he finished his last final exams, graduated from high school, and is now a first-round pick of an NHL hockey team.
How do you feel hearing your name called?
Oh, it was unreal. It's still surreal. I don't even know. It's just to get up and share with my family, share with my sister, mom and dad. It was a crazy feeling.
If you're going to sum up your emotions right now, you're an NHL player. How does it feel?
Geez, one word. It's surreal, I have to say. Yeah.
I bet.
It's incredible, right?
It is.
Congratulations.
And now to a fish story about the one that did not get away.
Some people go fishing just for the halibut. Yeah, eye roll. Nonetheless, I actually wrote that. I apologize. Check this out.
Melton Keeping and his buddy Roger Hand landed this whopper 170 pounds.
And Carol, that's 170 pounds without the head or the innards, no guts. And they nabbed that fish on the southwest coast of Burnt Islands. Wow. Have you had halibut in the barbecue?
No, I have not.
Ooh, you got to try that.
That sounds delicious.
I feel bad for the fish, but not that bad.
Yeah, and halibut is the largest type of flatfish in the world, did you know? Sometimes growing more than 8 feet long and weighing upwards of 300 pounds.
170 pounds. Amazing.
There's people sending me messages today. I'm so glad your mom is found. God finally gave you peace and answers. That just made things a lot worse for me.
Devastating disappointment.
The daughter of Jennifer Hillier-Penny speaks out about her missing mom amid rumors of a break-in in the case. Somebody's getting to enjoy a nice evening.
Yeah, of all the nights to head out of the studio, tonight is definitely a good one.
How are you, Ashley?
I'm well. How are you guys doing in there?
Envious, completely envious.
Yes, I'm down at the Terry Fox Memorial right now. Mike Russell, just behind me, he just came back from, or just finished his 900-kilometer trek across the province. We'll talk to him in a little bit, but first let's talk about this weather, how beautiful it was here in St. John's, actually the hot spot across the province. Let's take a look at those numbers. 19 degrees today was the afternoon high, 17 in Bonavista, and then as we headed towards the west coast, some cooler temperatures, only reached a high near 9 in Corner Brook. Now dropped a couple of degrees since, currently sitting at 17 degrees in St. John's and 12 right now in Twillingate. Now, there is some cloud cover moving in. Most of eastern Newfoundland and the Avalon saw a beautiful afternoon. If we zoom in a little bit, you can see you do have some rain showers down through the southern portion, and that's going to continue to track a little bit further north as we head through the night tonight. You can see the future tracker showing some rain, especially for the metro area along the eastern portion of the Avalon as well. We're going to continue to see that potential for some showers up along the eastern portion of Labrador as well as the northern peninsula tonight, and then eventually we should see some clearing. Lab West staying beautiful as you're as we head through the overnight. Temperature tonight going down to about 8 degrees in St. John's. These winds have been easing all through the day, and they're going to continue to do so as we head through the night tonight. Grand Falls winds are 3 degrees. Some lower lying areas could even see some frost, so keep that in mind tonight. 7 degrees for St. Anthony, again with that potential for some showers, and then 4 degrees should be your overnight low in Lab City. Now through the day tomorrow, some showers and cloud cover will develop into the afternoon, mainly for central areas, potentially the south coast as well. It does look like the Avalon should clear out tomorrow, and then southeastern Labrador as well. Coastal areas really where we could see some showers and cloud cover. Then high pressure dominates, and it's already dominating the Lab West, so things should stay clear through the day for you. Temperature wise, we're looking at about 14 degrees, between 14 and 17 degrees, so mid-teen temperatures. Clarenville 18 with that potential for some showers, as I mentioned. And then I lost my graphics there. Hopefully Carolyn can go through that for us now, but temperatures tomorrow afternoon should be somewhere in the 14 to 17 degree range. Clarenville, as I mentioned, 18. Now looking ahead towards Grand Falls, Windsor, Gander area, mid-teens there. A little cooler down along the lake, Harbor Breton sitting at 10 degrees. And then looking towards the afternoon for Corner Brook and Gross Morin, about 15 degrees. Plenty of sunshine, it looks like, once we get that potential for showers out of the way. And then up through the northern peninsula, St. Anthony 11 degrees. West northwesterlies about 10 to 15 kilometers per hour. Cartwright sitting at 8 degrees tomorrow. And then through Lab City, looks like it should be the hot spot at 22 degrees with that beautiful sunshine, and then it looks like 22 for Happy Valley Goose Bay as well. Now looking ahead into your Wednesday forecast, temperatures will be quite nice. We're sitting essentially recovering quite nicely with plenty of sunshine through the afternoon. We can thank that big ridge of high pressure. About 19 should be the afternoon high for St. John's, 18 in Marystown, and then Cartwright looking at 12 degrees. So that's a look at your forecast for Wednesday. When I come back in a little bit, we're going to talk to Mike about his journey and kind of some of the things that he faced as far as weather goes. So we'll have all those details coming up in a little bit.
All right, we'll stay tuned for that. Now to a story of profound disappointment on the Northern Peninsula. A heart-stopping moment this weekend for the family there. The rumor mill was buzzing over the weekend with word that human remains had been found in Hare Bay. And for the family of Jennifer Hillier-Penny, a mother who went missing from St. Anthony more than 2 years ago, those stories sparked some hope. But as Jennifer's daughter Marina told CBC News this weekend, it seems that those stories were just that, stories.
There was a man or men scallop dragon in the bay, in Hare Bay, and they hauled something up, and it was an air mattress tied in ropes, and it seemed suspicious to them, so they called and reported it to the police. One of my family members called the detective, and all was said was, yes, we have something in our possession, we'll be investigating it, and then that was it. It didn't seem like much longer after, and we heard it was bones. A lot of rumors went around about her body being found. None of us expected it to be a body found because, I mean, this November will be 3 years. You know, we are looking for remains, not a body. When I heard it was bones and I couldn't get a hold of the police, I was like, oh my God, like, we're going to find her. Like, this might be her. Like, this could be over. Like, I was being too hopeful at the end of it, but, you know, just because of the police not getting back to me, I'm like, they're not getting back to me because they're busy right now. Like, they they're investigating this. They're trying to figure if this is human bones or animal bones, right? I couldn't take it no more. I found out the man's name who dragged up or hooked up whatever it was he found, and he said, no, my love, like, no, there was no bones. Just with everybody being so mindful of your mom, when I hauled it up, you know, it did look funny to me, and I just, you know, that was what I felt I had to do, was report it to the police. When I called that guy this morning, like, my heart broke again. I understand the fact that there is a lot of people that want this to end, wants closure, wants to know what happened to her, wants that for us, but I don't even know how stuff goes, you know, gets passed around like that. From just a piece of plastic being dragged up to, oh, her sister ID'd her body and her body's on the way to St. John's. Like, how do people even make it go that far? There's people sending me messages today, like, oh, well, wishes, obviously, but, oh, so glad your mom is found. God finally gave you peace and answers. That just made things a lot worse for me. It's been a whirlwind of 24 hours. It's a nightmare.
It's not very often you can walk on the Outer Ring Road like this, but the city of St. John's shut it down to clean it up. I'm Jeremy Eaton, and I'll have that story coming up on Here and Now.
welcome back. We are down at the Terry Fox Memorial, and I am joined by Mike Russell, who just did a 900-kilometer trek across the province. Now, we did see you a little bit earlier, some of our audience did. Can you tell us and remind us what you're doing this for?
I did this run for the Janeway Hospital. My little cousin Oliver he was the running force behind it to make me want to go for it. It was a thought of mine for a while, but then I put the Janeway in mind and did this all in support of the Janeway Hospital.
So over the last 900 kilometers, you have, I'm sure, encountered some crazy weather, especially even this weekend. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, the weather has been up and down. I've been fairly fortunate to get a lot of sunny days, but yesterday, for instance, was like running in a hurricane. But it ended up being my fastest day yet. So it was, I was just getting resilient to like all the the rain, probably snow, the rain, the wind, and the weather, and just kind of blocked it all out. And I knew my goal, and I just kept pushing for it.
And what keeps pushing you? What keeps motivating you for this?
I don't know. I stare at the ground and I run, and I tune out the pain. I tune out the negative thoughts that come to your head, and I just think exactly why I'm doing it, and that these kids fight harder battles than what I'm going through every single day they're in that hospital. So I ignore the pain, and it's temporary, and I just push forward, and I know at the end of each day I'm much happier for doing that.
For sure. So other than the motivation so you were going through the country or the province, what was your favorite spot when you ran through?
Terra Nova, absolutely. It was beautiful. The nicest weather and the nicest views, and I had company running through it, so it was great. Thank you, Robert Pond, for that.
And so how do you prepare for something like a 900-kilometer run?
Not the way I did it. Most people would train and spend a lot of time on their feet, and it's getting used to being on your feet for a long duration of time. I spent my time coming up to this running on a treadmill every day. So essentially my training wasn't up to par for what I was doing, but it came down to the mental strength. I knew I had physical strength to push through it, and I just kept my head straight and just kept going.
Do you have any idea what's next?
Nah, I don't know. A lot of people said maybe it's a training run for something bigger. I do have a 100-mile race in August, so I guess that's next. But I'm excited for that. It's in the woods, not on a highway, so no cars whizzing by me anymore.
Well, congratulations. This was an amazing feat. Watching you run down here and all the support of everything was really, it was really nice to see.
It was amazing to finally reach this spot.
Okay, well, thank you very much for joining us. That's it for us here, but I still do have a weather photo for you, and we'll have that coming up.
All right, so there you go, some live coverage. What an amazing run, 900 kilometers.
Wow, that takes persistence.
Best part,
strength.
Terra Nova,
yeah.
The hills. Right? I think the best part would be the flattest part of whatever the Trans-Canada Highway is. All right, staying with our highways, it is one of the busiest stretches of highway in the entire province, and possibly the dirtiest.
Yeah, the Outer Ring Road is notorious for being a great garbage collector, as junk bound for the dump often ends up there. Not to mention the fast food, wrappers, the coffee cups, and occasional tire.
And other unmentionables. Over the weekend, Clean St. John's organized a big cleanup, and they shut down the highway for a few hours. And here now's Jeremy Eaton tagged along and put together some of the sights and sounds.
We organised a cleanup of the Outer Ring Road with partnership with the city, Transportation Works, Metrobus and Eastern Waste.
Clean it up, clean it up. Don't litter. Looks like a lot of industrial stuff that's headed for the dump. Fast food wrappers, Tim Hortons, Dairy Queen, that kind of thing. And unfortunately, I've already found 3 single beer bottles, which to me suggests and then pitching it out the window.
It's kind of disgusting because I'm just thinking about how much people would throw it out on the side of the highway, and I just don't like it.
Another sort of issue we have, I guess, with the Outer Ring Road is unsecured loads, and that's what contributes to a lot of litter on the Outer Ring Road. So that's something we're going to tackle. After this is all over, it's going to be on our agenda to do. I
don't understand it. We have such a beautiful place. We spend millions on these commercials for Tourism Newfoundland, and this is what they're going to see when they arrive. Like, really? It's enough they have to put up with this, the weather. They want to see dirt too.
Because people don't recycle and clean like they're supposed to. They just throw it in the garbage, and you got to clean it up after, because it gets thrown off the side of a dump truck or a pickup truck. Well, I'm pretty sad because there's not a lot of stuff out here that is supposed to be out here. There's more junk than plant life.
It's polluting the world, and people don't have the right mind to throw it in the garbage themselves, so we're going to do that.
To be honest, I'd rather there never be another outer ring road cleanup. I'd rather people not litter, and we had secured loads, and we wouldn't have to worry about it.
All right, so even though Ashley is outside enjoying the weather, we can still take a look at the picture, correct?
Yeah, gorgeous weather
Yes,
photo today.
Yeah, take a look at this weather photo. It was sent to us today. Stunning iceberg, the giant iceberg. I'll tell you where this was taken and who took that photo when we come back.
That is
Massive.
absolutely magnificent. Okay, now to that fantastic picture. Ashley's out there, but she still has control of the photos we see.
Beautiful shot.
Hopefully. Yes, it's a gorgeous photo there. It was taken in Jackson's Cove.
Wow.
And I do not have control of it. So
Okay,
Carolyn, you're
I
going
can
to have
take
to press
over.
that button to get us through there. Yeah.
There we are,
There we go.
Jackson's Cove.
Jackson's Cove. Yeah.
That looks like it's staying around for a while.
Beautiful shot there. I don't think it's moving very long or anytime soon. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, no doubt it's lodged under the water.
Yeah.
Yep, my name's
For
Pansy
sure. So
Snow,
thank
and
you.
this is the iceberg I took a picture of. That's fantastic, Pansy.
Yes.
What a shot.
Yes, thank you so much for sending us that photo, Pansy. And if you have any weather photos that you'd like to share with us, send them to nlphotos@cbc.ca.
All right, Ashley, we'll see you tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Okay.
See ya. All right, well, the demand for craft beer has been on the rise, and so is the number of microbreweries in this province. Most recently, Bannerman Brewery opened on Duckworth Street, and we dropped by to speak with owner Phil Maloney about the business of beer. So you've been facing eyes into getting this place going. A lot of pressure, a lot of stress, I'm sure. But like, just look around the room.
Yeah.
And how do you feel when you look around and you see what's happening right now?
It's that's a good question. I don't know. It hasn't quite sunk in yet that we're open. I'm still in. I'm not panicking anymore. We're open. It's great. I mean, to be fair, yeah. There's a sigh of relief. It's amazing. It's just after 4 on a weekday, and people were lined up outside. You
had a lineup?
Yeah. It's amazing. Like, my heart melts when I see that.
It's cool to have this in an old fire hall.
Yeah, it's a pretty historically significant building. It's one of the last remaining fire halls after the Great Fire.
So many decisions go into putting together any kind of business, but there's a particular flavor and style to how I'm sure you wanted this to be. How did you make those decisions, like the menus and even the names of the beers there?
I mean, like, everything's been done. Kind of, in a sense. It's all been done before. So, I spent many years traveling with the band, with Hey Rosetta, for the last 12 years, just traveling and seeking out places like this, like really great cafes and really great brew pubs and breweries, and just kind of taking notes, and with the intent to someday do something of my own here.
Why did you want to get into beer? What is it about beer?
I don't know. It's like there's a real camaraderie that surrounds beer culture, I think. I've noticed that a lot. Like, with the band or without. Like, people often go out for a beer. You're having engaging discussions, and people's guards are down a little more once you've had a beer or two. And I don't know. There's something kind of nice about that.
Suddenly, a lot of these microbreweries are popping up all over the place. Since Port Rexton, as you mentioned, and Kitty Vitty expanding, and the place out in CBS, and it seems to be lots of these places popping up. Are you worried at all about saturation, about crowding in the market?
Maybe someday. I think right now we're far, far from hitting any type of ceiling in terms of competition. Like Toronto, I feel like there's 100 new breweries that open every year. I feel like here we're just kind of scratching the tip right now. It's, there's only, I think, a dozen around right now. There's more in planning for sure, but it feels really collaborative. Like ourselves and Lamwash and Ninepenny and CBS, like, we're all going in on grain orders. So we just buy a transport truck together and then disperse it when it gets to town to save on those costs. It feels collaborative. It doesn't feel competitive. If something breaks, if we need a keg, we'll go to Lamwash and pick one up. If someone needs a motor or a pump, everyone's pretty keen to help each other out, which is great in an emerging industry. Like, I'm sure someday, it will get busy, and when there's a brew pub on every street downtown, it'll be a little bit different, but right now it just feels good. It feels really good.
So there's a camaraderie among the business owners as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Why do you think that is?
So I truly feel like just because there's so much room in the industry right now. Like, the craft beer kind of segment is only growing. I feel like the piece of the pie that's for craft breweries is getting bigger. Like, the rising tide is kind of raising all ships. So I'm just excited to see that, where we can all take it, and hopefully it'll all stay friendly and fun, yeah.
Yeah, it seems very friendly, a lot of cooperation.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
And the key to success most times is diversification. And Phil was also telling us that he plans to open a cafe in there. So the pub will actually be opening up at 7 a.m. in the morning for people who want to come in and get their coffee. And they're going to have a yoga space upstairs.
Yoga.
And a wedding space, so...
That's quite the brewery. A little flexibility, a little fidelity, a little bit of fun. Great story. Good to hear, too. All right, got some other story for you right now. Turning to sports, just getting over the Raptors. Nick Nurse's summer just got a lot busier. The head coach of that NBA championship team has agreed to lead the Canadian men's basketball team, and basketball fans can thank his wife for persuading him to take on the job.
My wife and family had to support the thing as well, and I was probably at about 65%, and my wife said, 100% you take that job, so here I am.
Now, Nurse says he's looking forward to working with a diverse group of young players, and their first big challenge is going to be the World Cup, hosted by China. Canada starts to play on September 1st versus Australia, and there are 7 teams there that will directly qualify for the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo. Now, Canada has to finish either first or second in the Americans zone to earn one of those direct spots. A little higher up now, Canadian astronaut David Saint-Jacques is on his way home after a historic space mission.
And we see the hatch now closed on the Soyuz side.
Saint-Jacques and 2 other astronauts, an American and a Russian, started their 6-hour journey this afternoon, and that's when they boarded a Soyuz spacecraft docked at the International Space Station, and they will return to Earth tonight, touching down in central Kazakhstan. Saint-Jacques spent 204 days in space. That is the longest ever time in orbit by a Canadian.
And it was certainly an eventful time. Saint-Jacques used the Canadarm to handle goods from a cargo spacecraft and conducted science experiments and technology demonstrations. In April, he became the first Canadian in 12 years to complete a spacewalk. Here's a look at some of the highlights.
I did eventually adjust physically, completely. There's also some mental adjustments, psychological adjustments, sense of disorientation initially, both in time and in space. Learning to fly has been the most important thing, I guess. Learning to move around using your feet and your hands without breaking anything.
What is it like up there with people you're working with?
As you can see behind me, the banderole of flags of countries that contributed to the International Space Station. And every day on board, we are reminded that we are an example, that every day we work together. Every day we prove that when countries decide to put aside their differences, which exist and are true, but when we put aside our differences and focus on what we have in common, we can accomplish amazing things. And one thing you get obvious when you look at the Earth seen from space is that it's just one big spacecraft for all of humanity. And we're all in the same boat, if you want, literally, the same space boat, Mother Earth. And so I think it's just a matter of focus. If you focus on the differences, of course, they're there, and they can become, overwhelming. But if you focus on what we have in common, that's when you open the door to collaboration and getting further, and maybe one day managing to work together, and amazing things that we can achieve when we put our strengths together.
He has a wonderful sense of fulfillment, that he was presented with audacious, near impossible mission objectives, and they accomplished all of them. But bittersweet as well, he's had a tremendous time there.
When I feel far from Canada, I have some maple syrup, a little secret stash here. Go Raptors, go! It's bittersweet, of course, looking forward to going back home, seeing my friends and family, but it's a bit emotional to have to leave station.
Stay in grade. Can I attach it? Yeah. A little bit lower.
Welcome back to Here and Now. So let's get back to our top story, the washout of a section of the Trans-Labrador Highway. So much rain fell in parts of Labrador overnight that a stretch of Route 510 collapsed. It happened 18 kilometers south of the Churchill River near the entrance to the Muskrat Falls site.
And it was a frightening moment for at least one driver. A vehicle went into the water after that road gave way while a pickup truck was passing over it. Now, the people inside did manage to get out safely. Dion T. is the Director of Highway Operations at Transportation and Works.
We received a call this morning around 3:30 from the RCMP indicating that we had a washout on Route 510 along the Trans-Labrador Highway. We dispatched crews around 4:30 that morning and confirmed that we did have a washout. We began mobilizing equipment to site around 10. And we began working when water levels receded around 1 p.m. today. Right now we're beginning the process of removing material here, and our plan now is to begin with a diversion. We'll be looking at installing additional culverts adjacent to the waterway, redirecting water through those culverts so that we can do a further assessment of the arch culvert and complete repairs. Right now it's undetermined, but the road will not be open today, so we'll be proceeding with work tomorrow, and we'll have a further assessment and update tomorrow.
Well, now to some national news. The federal government is revealing details about how a new fund will be used to honor missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls. The commemoration fund will provide more than $13 million for more than 100 commemoration projects.
All of these initiatives were designed to remember, memorialize, pay tribute to missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls, including LGBTQ2 individuals.
The Minister for Women and Gender Equality, Miriam Monsef, made the announcement in Winnipeg today. Ottawa had originally pledged $10 million to the fund. The money will be used to create art installations, monuments, and productions like plays and films.
All right, now here at home, a massive street hockey tournament took over Mount Pearl this weekend. Street Jam is an inclusive road hockey event for all ages, abilities, and genders.
The tournament in Mount Pearl saw nearly 1,400 players show up to play on 26 asphalt rinks. Here Now's Jeremy Eaton was there.
Street Jam is a street hockey festival. It's hockey in its purest form that's played on the streets. It's for ages and all skill levels and both genders. Street Jam is unique in the fact that the boys and the girls can play together. And it's not just for the hockey people. It's we have the cul-de-sac kings. We have a whole bunch of ones that just can play street hockey, and they've come out and they're just as good and just adept as the hockey players. So it's for all skill levels and it's all ages, and we find it's a very fun and competitive environment.
No, I've played in this tournament for several years.
What keeps you coming back? Why do you keep wanting to play in it?
Because it's lots of fun.
We have 198 teams, and that consists of roughly 1,360 players. We've got 50 referees, and they're going to play a combined total of 320 games over a 2-day period.
It's a good laugh.
The City of Mount Pearl have been an amazing partner. They recognize the economic impact it has for the city, and every pizza place, every snow cone, every parking spot utilized in the City of Mount Pearl right now, and they get it. They're adept to what events like this can bring to a community.
So can I ask you, what's the biggest difference between ice hockey and street hockey?
Not wearing hockey gear.
Is that better or worse?
Worse.
Why is that?
Because you get hit with the ball.
Those balls hurt?
Sometimes.
Talking to Hockey NL and Hockey Canada, this is a great way to introduce kids, and with a lot of new Canadians also, they're not adept at skating, so this is a way to get them involved in hockey, get them interested and excited, and then they make the transition onto the ice.
Welcome back. Well, it might feel a little early.
Yeah, nonetheless, the International Olympic Committee has chosen the host of the 2026 Winter Games.
The host is Milano Cortina.
Milan and nearby city of Cortina d'Ampezzo will welcome athletes from around the world. They beat a Stockholm bid from Sweden.
And not the other Stockholm. This will be Italy's third Winter Games after Cortina in 1956 and Turin in 2006. Sweden has never hosted the Winter Games, and the IOC says a deciding factor was the lack of public support for the Games in Sweden. Not happy.
No.
Yeah.
Well, before we leave you, we have someone to check in on, right?
Okay.
Little Osprey.
Oh, the Osprey cam.
Yes.
This is in the Virginia waters area of St. John's.
The Newfoundland Power camera. We've had this on before, but this is a live shot.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
So there's three
eggs?
Three eggs hiding underneath there. Now, which?
The names of the mom and dad, Beaumont and Hope. I'm not
Nicely
sure who
named.
came up with the names.
Which
but-
one's that, Carolyn? You're the
Oh,
official
boy, I don't know.
ornithologist. I think that's Hope.
Maybe. I don't know. It's
Who's on the eggs? Let us know on Twitter, Facebook. Call in our toll-free Osprey line. But what a shot that is! Amazing.
beautiful creature.
It certainly is.
I hope.
Hey, I'm on here and now. Whoa, you go with that.
I love
Showing
watching
off.
these cams, and especially if you get the moment when the eggs hatch.
It's true.
That would
Sort
be
of thinking,
lovely.
I think I'm being watched.
We know the feeling.
Yeah, it's true. Sometimes for good, sometimes for ill. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Let's check in with our Osprey cam as we say goodnight tonight.
Good night, everyone.